My name is Cesar Cordero. I'm president of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association and military veteran, growing up in El Paso. Sure, as an air traffic controller, we provide the separation and safety of air traffic in the airspace above El Paso. Air traffic controllers do that work across the country, so we talk with pilots, essentially tell them where to go, what headings to be on, keep them above obstructions, vector them to runways, make sure that when they get on, somebody gets onto an airplane, they get to where they need to be safely. Well, Congresswoman Escobar invited me to be her special guest at the State of the Union address. So I'm honored to be here to represent our community, the borderland, El Paso, the labor movement, and federal employees. I think it's important because when a member of Congress brings somebody out from the community, it really showcases what's going on in that moment. The State of the Union address really is a piece of history in the making, and it really is telling of the times that we're living. The president, as the leader of the executive branch, holds his power, and Congress has their ability to perform checks and balances, but ultimately it's the people that feel those issues. And people from the community, just everyday El Pasoans, people who do everyday jobs that, people never know what they do, and get to come out to DC and represent their communities, their careers, their culture. I think it's just very important for the American public to see that this is very accessible to anybody. Congresswoman Escobar has been really great for our profession. She's been great for our community. Her office staff is awesome. Like, you guys are all great, so it's always super welcoming. It's great to leave El Paso, fly 5 hours, come into this office and see El Paso covering the walls everywhere. It makes us feel like we're right at home. I definitely want to throw a shout out to my coworkers at home. They're holding down the fort. Air traffic control never stops. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So the ability for me to be here is only made possible because my coworkers are really holding down that fort. They're doing the work, they're keeping people safe, and it brings me peace of mind knowing that I can go represent my coworkers, my community, and know that everything's going to be just as safe at home as if I was there. So that's always great. I also want to shout out my union, National Air Traffic Controllers Association. They're stewards in aviation safety. They make sure that that job of safety is brought to the ears and the eyes of the American public and our elected officials. We advocate on behalf of safety, and we welcome every opportunity to work with the administration to actually improve our working conditions, to modernize our technology and our infrastructure of our buildings, and we really are committed to doing that work. And also, I want to say that, it was just a short time ago. It was 3 weeks ago where we lost 67 lives just nearby here. Air traffic controllers really do take those types of accidents to heart. We carry it with us, and although this accident happened in DC, if it would have happened anywhere, we would have felt the same. So watching how that turned out, knowing that the worst thing that could happen in aviation and for an air traffic controller to happen, it doesn't rest lightly on us. So I can speak for air traffic controllers and say that we do take it to heart. We carry that weight and that burden, and we are committed to make sure that that never happens again in the skies above our national airspace system in the United States.